Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and look at chapter 4-5 and we're still working on our website or really jumping into that today. Alright, so first questions you might ask, wait, didn't we just do 4-3? So generally 4-4, instead you guys would be presenting your website research project, but make sure you submit your presentation slides in the classroom for that. You are not going to be required to present those or anything for this time. So that is why we skip 4-4. That is generally in there so that my students can present in class. All right, so where we're at. So first of all, you're going to want to pick up your website sketch if you've turned it in or if you held on to it, great. And by the end of class, you should make sure you have your website structure, your sketch, and at least your home page completed. Okay. Now, I would suggest if you have not already done your website sketch and hierarchy to kind of give you that idea and visualization of where you want to go with that, go ahead, pause, finish that up. Don't spend too much more time as you've already had time to work on that, and then come back here to kind of watch an overview on Google Sites. All right, now these are broken down if you run into any issues, and as well as you'll see if you look at the website for you guys. Actually, I'm going to do it the way you guys have access to it. So you guys are going to have access to this website through the classroom. So through Discovering Computer Science, you're going to go here and you guys will have this. I will tag it probably to the top, but if not, right now it is under Introduction. And as you're going to see, you're here on the website, and you guys we're currently under that chapter for the website page. So if we go down to where chapter 4- right after 4.3, all right, we're 4-5, kind of in that area there. You're going to see all these Google Sites how-to videos, and the one right now is actually should be populated right here. Now, I suggest going and watching it here because the more you guys watch through here, it could potentially clog up the internet because it is using local, because of Screencastify. So just a little bit. Now, I want to give you guys a brief overview, but if you need something simple, these are like short 2-minute videos. Let's go ahead and jump in on what you guys should be getting done today and kind of how to do that. So first of all, you should create and finish at the very least your homepage. And I would go ahead and set up your tabs and make sure your sketch. That's to make sure you're done for today. But I'm going to go ahead and show you everything you've got to do and kind of go through for there. Now, your grade is going to come from daily participation. Now, with that being said, since I'm not here, I am going to make sure I grade these on time or have someone grade these on time and have your sketch uploaded for complete pages. Each page should include 100 words per page, okay? So some of these points, even though there's a different point value right here, if for some reason you don't have 100 points on a page, that's going to kind of affect you in 2 places. Now, let's jump in and see how all of this is going to work. So first thing you're going to be able to need to do is go to Google Sites. So you can just type in Sites Google, or you can go over here and click this, and generally that option is there. Now, I suggest start with a blank slate. So just click on that, and it's automatically going to start you up here. Now, important, whatever you want your website to be named, you're going to type in the corner. So let's say I want to do 1-4 Crescent Soccer. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now make sure you take your time, make the grammar look correct, do everything right, and hit enter. Now as you can see, it automatically pops up right there. Now let's go ahead and talk about how do you set these pages up. So I click this page tab, and so we have our home page automatically. Now if I want to add pages, all right, I can simply, I'll move myself, click this little plus sign, and it allows me to see that I can add a new page. So let's just say I want to do rules. I'm going off the cuff here. Let's do fundraisers that we may do. And then we'll just say the players or schedule, whatever I want to do there, okay? Now, what I've got to have, right? I've got my home page. This allows me to go, and you can see right through here. Now, if you want to add sub pages, you can do that by simply going to right here. So if I wanted to do a sub page and do one for offensive players, go back up here, add sub page, defensive players. All right, I can do that, go in there and do something like that. Okay. Now, say you screw up, want to do something, you can click and drag, and there you go, to kind of reorganize stuff like that. Now, let's go in there. If I want to change title, change different things, I can do that. But content blocks, these are some of your best friends, right? Don't make this any harder for yourself than it has to be. But let's just say, I know I've got to have 2 pages and 100 words. I might do 2 of these boxes. That way I can automatically add pictures. Now, I can upload a picture that I've downloaded, which you should have already done before, or I can select an image from the web. All right. And if I click that, it's going to allow me to, I can go to Google Images. So if I wanted to say, look up Crescent Soccer, I can do something like that. Now, I do not see any R, so maybe I'm just going to do Crescent High School and see if, no, okay. So that's not necessarily great. So I suggest finding your images or take your time. I'm trying to make this as easy as I can for you guys. So I'm just going to select an image though. I want to insert that there. Now, as you can see, sometimes some of these can be adjusted. All right, you can zoom in, zoom out, but sometimes it does not work how you want, and it's all about your positioning, and that might be the best you can get. So keep that in mind as you go into that. Now it's really simple. You can add your text box. All right, go in there. If you want to add just a text box where you type, that is fine. Let's see the other things you guys might need to know that I cover. All right. We understand now how to create that Google site, how to add pages and subpages. Background colors, you can change different things by going under themes and changing, and it's going to change everything. And you can change your font style, your colors that are highlighted there. All right. So those are different things to kind of look at. Each of these will go into a little bit more pictures, or into a little bit more detail. Sorry, reading that there. And one big thing I definitely want to point out though is towards the bottom, right? If I click down in this bottom area, if I scroll all the way down, if I happen to add something in the footer, okay, it's not going to let me do it. This section down here, if I add it specifically into here, well, it's not going to let me do it, I guess, because this is here. Okay, right here where it says add footer. If I add it to my footer, a footer is going to be on every page. So if I say I didn't listen to, oh, well, I can't type. I didn't listen to Coach Long, and now my stuff is on every page. Well, now, every page that I go to, regardless of which one, is going to have that, right? So that is if you wanted to add like basic information and you want it to be across every page. Make sure you do not add your stuff into the footer unless you want it to show up on every page. So for example, if I did everything on my about page, right, I can't have the same thing on every page. Okay. I generally would tell you to stay away from this unless you're just adding basic information across the top, across the bottom to make it look more professional. Okay. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. Make sure to check out these videos. But as I said before, those videos will be a little bit more in detail. They are short and to the point, and I would access those through the Google site here. All right. Hope this helps you get started.